Today we will discuss about ectopic pregnancy. Ectopic pregnancy is an extrauterine pregnancy. That means implantation of the blastocyst is outside the body of the uterus. In this diagram you can see this is uterus, and if the implantation is not inside the uterus, then it will be called ectopic pregnancy. Normally the implantation is inside the body of the uterus and in the endometrium of the uterus. And if it is not here and it is any other part of the reproductive system, then it will be called extrauterine or ectopic pregnancy. So what are the sites where implantation could occur? This is fallopian tube, ovary, cervix, peritoneal cavity. In this diagram, if the implantation is over here, it will be in the tube, that is tubal pregnancy. If it is in the ovary, then it will be ovarian pregnancy, and if it is in the cervix, then it would be called cervical pregnancy. And at the fourth part, it could be outside the female reproductive system inside the peritoneal cavity, so it will result in abdominal pregnancy. Most important out of all these four sites is fallopian tube. Mostly implantation, that is extrauterine implantation, that would be in the fallopian tube, so that it would be named as tubal pregnancy. Tubal pregnancy means implantation of the blastocyst in the fallopian tube. Now we will discuss about the causes of the tubal pregnancy. First most important cause is pelvic inflammatory disease. PID means pelvic inflammatory disease. I will explain it over here only in this region, that this is fallopian tube, and due to pelvic inflammatory disease, what would happen if this is the fallopian tube and after this is the uterus? Due to pelvic inflammatory disease, there will be the blockage of the fallopian tube, and the cleaving zygote will not be able to move forward and enter into the uterus, so that pelvic inflammatory disease will result in tubal pregnancy. Secondly, smoking. Smoking may also result in such type of abnormal condition. After this previous tubal, if the woman had a previous history of tubal pregnancy, then there are more chances of this pregnancy. Mucosal adhesion. The fourth cause is mucosal adhesion. It means that inside the fallopian tube, if this is the fallopian tube and after that this is the uterus, there will be excess mucus, and this mucus will adhere with the zygote and it will not allow the zygote to move forward, so that zygote will not unable to move into the uterus and it will implant over here. After that, drug may also result in tubal pregnancy. Now we will discuss about the symptoms, that what are the symptoms that a female will suffer. First is abdominal pain, after that shoulder pain, and the most important symptom is peritonitis. The term peritonitis means irritation. Irritation in the pelvic region, in the pelvic peritoneum, is known as peritonitis. So one of the most important symptoms of the tubal pregnancy, extrauterine pregnancy, is peritonitis. Now let's discuss about the results. What will be the ultimate results, consequence of tubal pregnancy? If this is the uterine tube and there is the implantation of the blastocyst, the next condition will be development and the growth of blastocyst. The next diagram will be like this. It will distend the fallopian tube, because now the blastocyst is increasing in its size, it is growing and developing, so that the fallopian tube is not able to expand beyond the limit, so that what will be the ultimate result? There will be rupture of the tube. Tube will be ruptured like this. Tube will be ruptured and it results in excessive bleeding. This excessive bleeding, that is also known as internal bleeding, this bleeding results may cause maternal death. and the embryo will ultimately death because there is no more nutrition and blood supply to the embryo, so that it must have to die. But because of this bleeding there could be maternal death. Now we will discuss about the detection, that how could we detect that the pregnancy is tubal pregnancy and it is not a normal intrauterine pregnancy. We use ultrasonography for the detection of pregnancy, for to know the location of the blastocyst implantation. After that, treatment. You can't say treatment is just like a solution, that how could we get rid of such pregnancy. We will surgically remove both. One is the embryo and other is tube. We will surgically remove embryo along with the tube, and so we will be able to save maternal life. Now, as we know that there are 4 parts of fallopian tubal pregnancy. We know that there are 4 parts of the fallopian tube. If this is the fallopian tube, then the first part from fimbriae to upward is infundibulum. This is the first part. After that there will be ampulla, second part. After ampulla there is isthmus, third part, and after isthmus there is uterine part, that is called fourth part of the fallopian tube. So tubal pregnancy could be anywhere, but commonly it is in isthmus and in ampulla. These 2 parts of the fallopian tube are the most common parts where implantation of the blastocyst occurs. If the implantation is in the isthmus, then it results in rapid rupture. There will be rapid rupture. And the second result of such implantation is excessive bleeding. Why? Because in isthmus, that is the third part, in this part there is anastomosis between the blood vessels of the ovary and the uterine tube. So if rupture occurs over here, there will be excessive bleeding and it will cause damage to maternal life. And why it results in rapid damage? Because isthmic part of the uterine tube is very narrow. It cannot expand as more as other parts could, so that it will be ruptured easily and rapidly. If implantation is in ampulla, then like if this is the ampulla, this is ampulla of this part, then this blastocyst will be expelled out of the ampulla and it will be moved into the peritoneal cavity. This whole cavity around the female reproductive system is peritoneal cavity. It is inside this cavity, so that it will be expelled out and it may result in abdominal pregnancy. Because this blastocyst will try to implant with any one abdominal organ, like if there are intestines, then it would be implanted with them. Then there will be the formation of placenta and the ultimate result is bleeding, that is known as internal bleeding inside the peritoneal cavity, and it will also be harmful for the maternal life. There could be some other condition in case of abdominal cavity, that is this, that the embryo will not be implanted with anyone. This would not be the condition. It will not be implanted any one organ. It will remain as it inside the peritoneal cavity, and then it will its growth and development will be retarded. Its growth will be stopped. It will be died and calcified and disappeared.